Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the daily Forex report for July 7th. Currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair moved lower, did form an inside bar, so make sure you take a look at possibilities for a breakout. We are looking for this pair, however, to move potentially as high as 96.11, possibly as low as 93.98. Look for some resistance at 95.19. And look for some support around 94.00. Now, taking a look at the Euro-USD pair, this particular pair is moving sideways, biased to sideways. It did close down for the session. We are looking for this pair to possibly go as high as 141.52, possibly as low as 138.13. Look for some resistance around 139.57 and look for some support around 138.76. Now, looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair formed an inside bar during this last session, so look for a breakout. We are looking for this pair to possibly go as high as 164.17, possibly as low as 159.97. Look for some resistance around 161.85 and look for some support around 160.50 in this particular pair. Now, switching to the US Swiss. This pair continues to move sideways, biased to sideways, closed up for the session. Look for this pair to go as high as 1.0994, possibly as low as 10719. Look for some resistance around 10914, possibly some support around 10844 in this particular pair. Now, as far as news announcements, we had the Australian dollar release a rate decision today. It was held at 3%. Also had the pound releasing their GDP. It was better than expected at negative 0.4%. Looking ahead into tomorrow's session, we have the Eurozone releasing their GDP for the first quarter at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the consensus is that it's going to be the same at negative 2.5% as it was last quarter. Year to date, they're expecting it to come in at the same at negative 4.8%. If the numbers come off of those by any significant means, then we could see the euro move on that news. Now, the Australian dollar also has their unemployment change for June being released at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus is they're going to have moved from negative 1.7K to negative 20K, which is a very significant jump. If we do see it jump more than expected, we could definitely see this negatively impact the Australian dollar. So keep an eye on that particular pair going into this next session. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, let me back out on the pound a little bit. Here we go. This particular pair, we have formed an inside bar during this last session. We have this low that we're looking for a breakout of. That breakout would be around the 1.6094 area. If you come over here and look at previous, basically that tags this previous resistance that we had during this session and this session. What I am looking for, though, is a break of that and look for this particular pair to tag pretty much down to this level right here, which would be previous resistance on this one that would now be support and previous support here. And when you take a look at what that actually looks like, it is about 140 pips worth of movement, as you can see there. Definitely keep an eye on this particular trade. We shouldn't see, if we see it pull back, we shouldn't see it pull back past some of the support levels that we previously had around in this area. So it is reasonable to put a 100 pip stop loss with a take profit of 140, as I believe we are going to continue down to that point before the market goes sideways again. Strictly due to the fact that we've tagged that area once before. We had consolidation around that point as well, and we've broken our support that we had. So I anticipate if we get a break of this session's low, that it will continue down into this range. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.